across WA. This is Spirit Drive with Matt. Thanks to Chandler McLeod Group, your mining and resources recruitment specialists. Many vacancies, apply today. cmgjobs.com.au.
Right across Western Australia, you are on Spirit Drive, and it gives me great pleasure to welcome my next guests here in the studio. We've seen the astronomical rise and success of Sheppard over the years. Their sophomore album, Watching the Sky, is out now. You may have heard the new track on the radio or on the trailer for House Rules on your TV screens. Hometown.
You are my hometown, where I can slow down.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce you to Amy George and Emma Sheppard. Welcome to Spirit Drive.
Hey. How are you?
I'm very well. Great to have you here and indeed in Western Australia. I want to rewind the clock back a little. I want to go back to 2012. I was actually working at a Sydney radio station. There I was seeing you guys stroll into the studio. This was when you had just released your EP. During the interview, I remember vividly hearing Let Me Down Easy out of the speakers and instantly thought, these guys are going to go somewhere. The world is about to see something special. I got to say, how right I was.
Oh, wow.
How right I was.
Well, we're glad you're right, mate. We're glad.
Then I left said station when Geronimo came out. I couldn't get rid of you. You guys were basically everywhere.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people were very annoyed with us.
But tell us, though, what was that period like, your formative years, and then ultimately your international success?
Yeah, it was a really exciting time. I mean, obviously, any band dreams of having some sort of success, and the fact that our very first EP produced "Let Me Down Easy" for us, which really was the catalyst. It sort of broke down the doors for us for radio and television, and a lot of people got to know the band through that song, even though it only got to, I think it was 18 on the ARIA charts. It really sort of broke down the doors so that Geronimo could kind of come in and do its thing.
Yeah.
It was a really important time for us, and as soon as Geronimo happened, that was really, I guess the rest is history.
Yeah. Were you guys prepared for how big you were about to become?
Not at all. It was a huge shock to us.
Yeah.
We were stoked to Let Me Down Easy doing anything on the
Yeah.
ARIA charts.
Yeah.
And then we wrote Geronimo and we're like, this is a cool song. Like, hopefully it can do just as well as Let Me Down Easy. That was our goal. And we woke up, we went, we surpassed Let Me Down Easy within the first week. And then 3 weeks later it was number one. Yeah, and then it just kept growing overseas, and it was just a total whirlwind for us.
Yeah. I read this. Is it true that you were told you guys would only ever make it as a cruise ship band?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we did a band competition, like a battle of the bands at the Hard Rock Cafe. It was like our first ever foray into being a real band on stage, and it was sort of like just dipping our toes in.
Yeah.
And one guy from a very well-known Australian band, I won't name names, but he dismissed us pretty quickly, and he's like, I appreciate it, because we use like click track, and we've got stuff in it, which is not uncommon in this day and age of pop music.
Or if we had trumpet in there, we're not going to have a trumpet player on stage.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, so we've just got like tracks that help play the instruments that we're not playing.
Yeah.
And this guy was like, I don't like that at all. I don't appreciate. I like musicians who can actually play their instruments. And we're like, oh, wait a second.
Yeah, accused us of pretending to play. We weren't pretending.
Yeah, everyone up here is playing their instruments for real, but he just didn't like us.
Well, joke's on them, because you won a Best Group ARIA. I bet you thought when you got that, you can shove this where the sun don't shine.
I thought about saying something, but I didn't want to cause a rift. It was like Jack Nicholson when he won the Oscar. He said, and here's to my agent who 10 years ago said I had no business in this industry. It would have been nice. It would have been nice, but no.
It's funny you bring up the word rift, because I must bring up the Katie Noonan situation.
Oh, okay.
Fellow Queenslander, a bit of mudslinging going on. We saw a bit more of this around the time of the Commonwealth Games. Where are we at right now with this?
We haven't addressed it. I mean, we're just...
Do we have to send you all to Singapore? I don't know, just throwing it out there. Bit of a summit, peaceful summit.
Bit of a summit. No, I think we've given her enough attention on all of this, to be honest.
All right. Well, anyway, what have been some of the big pinch yourself moments? Because you've rubbed shoulders with Robbie Williams, Justin Bieber, you've performed on The Tonight Show. I mean, that's pretty much an institution in itself.
We've been really lucky, man. I mean, half the places that we find ourselves are just like constant pinch yourself moments.
Yeah.
But like Jimmy Fallon for me was probably one of the biggest, because I watch his show all the time, and to be up there on the stage, seeing him at his desk, it was like being in some sort of virtual reality program, like I'm inside the television right now.
Yeah.
And, he was really cool. He was very, very excited that we were there. And Robbie Williams was definitely another big one. I think it's just when you can relate to the person and they come up to you and they just are normal, down to earth people that you're idolizing.
Yeah.
It's just a real kind of nice wake up call, you know, that everybody's real. Everyone's just a human being at the end of the day.
Yeah. Well, I want to ask you all each, finally, Amy, George and Emma, what would you say to your 5-year-ago selves today if you had the chance?
Sleep in more.
Yeah, like get all the sleep you can.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, as soon as Geronimo took off, you know, our sleeping schedules just whisked away.
Yeah.
They were just kind of like taken away. Like the other day, we had to get up at 4 a.m. to catch a flight to Sydney to get into Parramatta to do an in-store appearance at a JB Hi-Fi, and then straight after that, you know, it's radio performances, and there's no time whatsoever
I feel like
for
there's
eating, toilet,
yeah.
or sleep.
I feel
Those
like
three
there's
things.
no in between with this job. It's either like, you know, you're sitting on your couch waiting for something to happen, or it's like this, where it's just
Yeah.
like constant, no sleep, doing really hard work.
Well, you got to strike while the iron's hot,
Yeah.
right?
Very good call, very good call. Well, honestly, though, it's been wonderful to see you guys continue to grow and evolve. Watching the Sky, it's out now. You're coming back to Western Australia as well for the Northwest Festival in Port Hedland. Have you guys ever been to the Pilbara before?
No, actually. The closest, I mean, we've been to Kalgoorlie, which is
Okay, yeah, a little bit more north.
a little bit, yeah, which is but it's a mining town, and
Absolutely, yep.
that's the closest I guess we've been.
Well, I got to say, personally, I know there are huge fans of your music in our Northwest. They'll be spoilt when you guys take to the main stage alongside Bliss and Esso, Hands Like Houses, Abby May, of course, August 25th and 26th. Make sure you also check out Watching the Sky. It is out right now. All the best for the rest of the year, guys. It's been really awesome having you here in the studio.
Thanks a lot, mate.
Thanks.
That is Amy George and Emma Sheppard from Hitmakers Sheppard here on Spirit Drive. Back after this.